What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's Trent with my boy Dino here. We got some Bills talk today. Bills are 2-0 after the big win yesterday against Miami. Josh Allen had a great game, so we're gonna dive.
Great game. He had a fantastic.
We're gonna dive deep into that, and yeah, make sure you stick with us through the whole thing. Welcome back to Amateur Hour Sports. I'm Trent with my co-host Jake. Look at his numbers. His numbers are insane.
I just have to say, never go all in on those Raiders.
All right, so we got to talk about Josh Allen first. I don't think you can talk about this game without talking about Josh Allen. Josh led the Bills to a 31-28 victory. It was maybe a little closer than people thought, but Josh played amazing. I mean, that was easily the best game he's ever played. He had 417 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. If you would have told me he threw 400 yards and 4 touchdowns before the game, I would have been like, dude, you're absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing. Even with a team like the Dolphins, I would have still said you're crazy.
Yeah.
But that game was ridiculous. He finally unveiled the deep ball.
Yes.
He threw it.
Yep.
Did you see him throw the deep ball?
Dude, he threw it everywhere.
He threw it everywhere. I mean, like, Stephon Diggs played an absolute hell of a game. He had a couple great catches and kind of bailed Josh out. But, man, like, he was playing just with the utmost confidence in himself. And that was good to see, especially, that they suffered that the Dolphins suffered that loss on defense with Byron Jones. But still, man, I was excited. I was pumped up, and I was kind of nervous, especially with the weather delay, that they were all just going to come out flat and it was going to kill the momentum. So
they did in that third quarter. Let's stay focused on Josh, and then we'll talk about sort of what he did down the stretch, I guess. But the Dolphins ran a lot of man coverage, and the Bills just had a perfect game plan for it. Dable had crossers going all day.
Yeah, those crossing routes were killing them.
The Dolphins had no answers. And credit to the receivers for getting open and just creating that separation. But it's also on Josh Allen to hit them, and he was hitting them for the most part in stride. There's definitely some throws he missed. But overall, I mean, the guy was just picking it like downfield every couple throws. I was just like, holy crap, like, where's this been? Like, he was so aggressive and he was accurate, and it was awesome to see.
No, honestly, that was I think it was a really good game plan by Dable. Honestly, we got to give him credit, and he just played right to Josh's strength. I think Josh plays really good when he does the play action, and then you got your guy running your stare route across the middle. Cole Beasley, that one time, remember the 3rd and 23?
Yeah,
that was hype.
And he picked it up.
That honestly, I thought was like kind of a turning point in the what was it, the 4th? Was that the 4th?
Yeah,
at the time?
I think what started. I mean, so the Bills go down 20-17. They came out flat after that.
Yeah.
It was such a weird game with that delay. We didn't even get coverage for like 20 minutes. We lost coverage. Totally weird game.
Yeah.
So after the delay, after halftime, the Bills came out flat in that third quarter. They lost the lead. It was I think like 10 minutes left in the fourth. They were down 20-17. And what do they call the very first play that they get the ball on a crucial drive? They dial up a 40-plus yard pass to Stephon Diggs, and Josh just throws it on a rope.
That's
kicks off the drive.
That's the number one receiver that we wanted so badly.
Yeah,
that's our first round pick right there. I think that was worth it.
Absolutely.
Did any other first round receivers this week have any more yards than Stephon Diggs?
No, Stephon Diggs leads the AFC.
That was the best pick in the draft.
Oh, absolutely. And Stephon Diggs leads the AFC in receiving, as Josh Allen leads the league in passing right now, which is just absolutely insane.
I think it's crazy how he went from like 0 to hero, man. Like he's not getting a 300-yard game in his first 28 starts. And then comes out and freaking just throws a 300 and a 400-yard game, and it's like, holy crap!
And I really think, I mean, like you said earlier, that really a lot of credit needs to go to Dable for like just, I mean,
for once he didn't run Josh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In this game, I mean, shoot, he only had 4 rushing attempts, and he just, he just was calling a lot of plays, a lot of play action, like you said, and just beating the man. And the Dolphins just had no answers for him all day.
Yeah.
And I credit Daboll for really kickstarting the drive that, got them back on top. And credit to Josh. I mean, that fourth quarter, he was electric. I believe he only missed like 1 or 2 passes. He had like 145 yards and 2 touchdowns and just iced the game. I mean, he put the team on his back literally in that fourth quarter and iced the game for the Bills.
Yeah. Do you think that so this was a question that I brought with my dad. Do you think Tua, if he was playing, do you think it would have been like the Dolphins going to win the game? Like, do you think the Dolphins could have won that game with Tua?
I don't know. I've never seen Tua play.
See,
I mean, Fitzmagic was killing it. Like, why would Tua? I don't think Tua would have done any better than Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic was pulling us apart. If we want to start talking about the defense, I mean, we were without Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano.
That really hurt us. That
absolutely,
really
it killed us. I mean,
that destroyed our. That's our interior right there, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, you saw the gaps that were just like wide open in the middle.
And that just shows the range of like what we've been saying for the past year about how Milano is so like he covers so much ground and you don't realize it. Like he literally is one of the best linebackers of just hitting that downhill and filling a hole. And he can play sideline to sideline too with the running back. So like that's like one of the things that I was noticing. Just we were missing that second level speed,
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then you got Mike Gesicki getting open for.
Did you see his catch? That was crazy.
Yeah, he had an
His
awesome
catch was nuts.
He had 8 catches for 130 yards and a touchdown. And the Bills are known as being one of the top teams to defend the tight end in the league. So that just goes to show you right there, like Edmonds and Milano being out it was brutal for the Bills. And I really hope that they can get them back moving forward.
Yeah.
But Levi Wallace too, since we're talking about the defense, was getting picked on literally all game. I think Fitzmagic was just looking where Levi Wallace was and throwing at him.
Yeah.
And
seriously.
That cornerback, that second cornerback spot it's worrisome moving forward. Just because he's shown last year and he showed this year, like when he gets picked on, I don't know, he either like caves or he doesn't make a play when he needs to.
Yeah, I mean he's at that point where he's not like a solid number 2. So it's like we have such an unbalance that it's like, all right, why would I ever throw it at Trey?
Yeah,
I can just throw it at this guy or whoever is playing over there because we don't have like a solid number 2 guy.
I mean, Fitzmagic, it didn't matter who was lining up across from Levi Wallace. He was just attacking Levi Wallace.
Well, that's always the danger of having a gunslinger as a quarterback because they don't care about risk. You know what I mean? Brett Favre, all those interceptions he throws. Do you think he was scared to throw it?
No,
Fitzmagic knows he's a placeholder, so he's literally just playing with reckless abandon. And I think that's honestly dangerous for teams like us because it's like if we underestimate him and he just comes out and he's just like reckless abandon, we can just they could lull us to sleep and we lose. So that was why I was like nervous. And
that's what happened, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was a good confidence builder to win in the way that Josh did it. I think was huge.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, think of all the games where the defense has bailed the offense out and we snuck away with the win. But this, I mean, the defense didn't bail the offense out many times at all. Maybe that 1 4th down on the goal line that probably should have been a touchdown that Preston Williams dropped. And Levi Wallace was in coverage. I don't know that he affected the play too much. It was more just Preston Williams dropping it. But, I mean, the offense finally bailed out the defense. And it was great to see because you have to win games like that. You have to have an offense that can take over a game when they need to. When you got 2 of your best players on defense out, you got to have the offense be able to step up and win the game. And that's exactly what Josh Allen did. And
can we say that, out of all those fourth quarter comebacks that Josh had last year, that this was like the first, I would consider this a fourth quarter comeback. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he got credit for it. Yeah.
So, he did. I had no doubts that we were gonna win the game. I mean, I was nervous, but like when he had those games last year, I was like, it was like less than 50% chance that I thought we were gonna win. To be honest with you, like I was thoroughly shocked at how many comeback wins he had last
Dude,
year.
he is clutch,
But
man.
this year, like he's making the throws that you're just like, oh, or like, you know, when you watch Russell Wilson play, you're like, oh, he's throwing the ball. It's probably going to be a big chunk yard play. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Josh is making those plays, and it's good to see. Going forward from this game, what is one player that you think needs to step up their game going into the next
All
game?
right, that's
of
a
the team?
perfect segue to what I want to talk about. So I think, and it's not really the player. I think this is on Daboll, but I don't know why Devin Singletary isn't getting more touches and more involved. Like I think he's trying to do a like 50-50 split, and Singletary had 10 carries for 56 yards. Zach Moss had 8 for 37. But I just saw anytime Singletary touched the ball, I mean, he looks improved from last year, and he was great last year. Like he doesn't get involved as much as I thought that they would get him, and it's taking, you know, they're giving carries to Zach, but it's taking away from what Singletary can do. And I think he has a huge opportunity to build on what he did last year. And so I was, you know, there was a couple of Zach Moss runs where I'm like, dude, like if Singletary was in there, that would be, you know, 5 or 6 more yards on that play. And I think that Zach still, you know, he's still getting his feet wet, obviously. Like I'm not by any means like critiquing him too hard. You know, it's his second ever game, and he's only had like, I don't know, like 10 to 12 carries like total. But I haven't seen the same juice out of Zach Moss that I have out of Singletary, and I really would like to see them get him the ball more moving forward. But who's yours?
I mean, I'm just gonna hit on your point first, real quick.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I just think that regardless of, you know, how high we took Moss, like Singletary's your guy. I mean, he proved himself enough last year that he deserves to be the future back. I think you got to let him loose and start. You can't, like, as much as like these games are awesome, Josh, you can't sustain as much as you're throwing, especially all year long. You got to start getting a little bit more of a balance. So I definitely hope that we make that stride. And then on my side, I just think that to step up, like, I really think that we need the defensive line. I really think that we have the talent there at Oliver, and especially in the interior. Ed Oliver is like, I think he's got some of the best hands in the league. I think he's developing, but I think this is where he needs to take that step. I know he's still like is his second year, but I think there's big expectations on him, and I think that he needs to kind of start picking it up a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think Bills D-line really does need to step up, and especially at Oliver. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers from yesterday. Myles Gaskin was primarily the Dolphins running back. He averaged 6.6 yards a carry, and then their backup Matt Breida averaged 5.3. So they were running it pretty effectively on us, and obviously a lot has to do with not having Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds, but that puts more pressure on the D-line to step up. Just to conclude, listen, the Bills played an awesome game. It was closer than I probably imagined it would be. I was hoping it would be. But at the end of the day, Josh Allen showed us his ceiling. I mean, I think his ceiling's even better than that, to be honest, because I think he could have hit on a few more throws. But if that's the kind of if we can count on Josh Allen to win us a game, you know, when we need him to, when our defense is struggling and the game's on the line and he needs to step up, and he does, like, that's really, really encouraging for Bills fans moving forward. And I just thought this game he was incredible. He really was.
I don't know if you saw his Instagram post, but it's just nice seeing him. He's kind of like growing into like a man. Yeah. In a sense, he's developing a personality. He's not just like that. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in the sense of the game, he's developing what he is. He's figuring out himself, and he's getting that personality. Like, I love the energy that he's posting with. And like, I think like the previous years before, his first year, he was just kind of like a baby. His second year, it was like he was gaining confidence, but he was very humble. And now he's kind of like, he's obviously still humble, but he's he's showing a side that I've never seen, like how much he wants it. So
Yeah.
I honestly love the energy from him.
No, I totally agree. I think that's a really good point. And like, you can just feel, you can see the confidence, like, protruding
It's
out of him.
crazy.
And I think this is why this game was so important, because he needs to take that confidence and just carry it throughout the whole season. Like, dude, you can throw for 400 yards. You can throw for 4 TDs, no picks. Like, you can do that stuff. So like, I think that's a huge confidence booster for him. And I hope he takes it moving forward. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Make sure you check out our preview on Wednesday, Bills Rams, another huge game that we're going to dive deep into. So make sure you check it out.